The Indiana Fever is currently the reigning champions of the WNBA Commissioner Cup, and unfortunately, star Caitlin Clark did not participate in that game, and they still want to put the beats all over the links, man. That has been a topic of discussion. Now, I'm here to tell you, they have another big-time game coming up, and that is this upcoming Thursday, playing none other than the Las Vegas Aces. And I'm telling you right now, judging by the way it's looking, Caitlin Clark has already officially been ruled out for tomorrow match.
The basketball world just got rocked, and this one hits hard. Caitlin Clark's injury? It's not what fans were told. Not even close. Stephanie White, head coach of the Indiana Fever, has now confirmed the fear everyone was hoping wasn't true. This situation is way worse than expected. And suddenly, everything around the WNBA just shifted. What looked like a minor setback is now turning into a storyline that could change the entire season.
Clark has already been ruled out for Thursday night's game against the Las Vegas Aces. Stephanie White offering up some comments that has fans concerned this injury may be more severe than we were led to believe, have fans speculating that she's going to be held out all the way up until All-Star.
What was supposed to be a minor groin strain? Yeah, that story just completely changed. Caitlin Clark's injury has now escalated into something much more serious, and the impact is already rippling across the WNBA. This isn't about sitting out a game or two anymore. This is bigger. We're now looking at a scenario where Clark could be out for weeks, possibly stretching all the way past the WNBA All-Star game. And if that happens, the entire season narrative just takes a sharp turn.
Once again, Caitlin Clark is hurt, and I'm really getting sick of it. I'm sick. I already offered her, what was hurt last time? Her hamstring? I think it was her hamstring. I offered her my hamstring. Of course she can have my growing. Of course she can have my wife's growing, my dog's growing, my kid's growing. I'm sick of it. I'm watching the Commissioner's Cup because I truly love the WNBA, not just for Caitlin Clark. I love the Lynx. Love them. They're probably actually one of my favorite teams. But I am so sick of not seeing CeCe's ass on this court. So I don't know what we got to do. I saw she got her leg covers. I saw she got that. I don't know what they need to do or what she needs to do less of for her to be healthy. But I need to see her on that court. And I need to see her playing well, okay?
Let's actually break down how bad this has gotten, because the timeline is brutal. It started with Caitlin Clark missing 5 games due to a quad injury, 3 full weeks on the sideline. Just as it looked like she was finally back, boom, another setback. This time, a left groin strain. And not the kind you shake off quickly. This one's lingering, stubborn, and way more serious than anyone expected. She's already missed 4 straight games, and the scariest part? There's still no clear return in sight. And right now, the Indiana Fever are stuck waiting, with the entire WNBA watching closely.
Caitlin Clark ruled out for Thursday with a groin injury. How they were playing this entire time between day to day and game time decision and questionable, I was skeptical. I had to go straight to the source, and sure enough, the Indiana Fever more than 24 hours advance let fans know, hey, Caitlin's not going to be there. Instead of having you drive 5 hours only to realize 2 hours away, she's out. After flying 10 hours, only to realize 5 hours in the air, she's out. After coming all the way from Australia, over 8,000 miles, to watch Caitlin Clark only to land and hear, she's out.
Stephanie White hasn't tried to sugarcoat it either. She's been completely clear about how they're handling this. The message? No rushing. No shortcuts. The priority is making sure Caitlin Clark is fully 100% healthy before she even thinks about stepping back on the court. Long-term health comes first, but read between the lines. That usually means one thing: they don't have a real timeline, and the fear of making this injury worse is very real. Right now, the Indiana Fever aren't taking any chances, and that uncertainty is only making this situation feel even bigger.
For us. You see Caitlin down there. Is there anything new about her status or day-to-day? Is she going to be able to play tomorrow?
No, she's going to be out tomorrow.
Is there any updated timeline in your head of when she could return this weekend, sooner after that?
I don't have anything in my head other than what I'm told. You know, my goal has always been the same. Like, I don't want this to be something that lingers, that we come back too soon. We want to make sure that she is 100% ready to go and that we put her long-term health and wellness.
And this is where it turns from a team problem into a full-blown league crisis. The WNBA numbers? They're brutal. Since Caitlin Clark went down, national TV viewership has reportedly collapsed by 55%. Just think about that. More than half the audience, gone the moment she's off the court. And it gets even worse. Games involving the Indiana Fever have taken a massive hit too, dropping from around 1.8 million viewers with Clark to just 847,000 without her. That's not a normal decline. That's not a slow dip. That's the kind of drop that feels like the floor just disappeared overnight.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this Caitlin Clark debate, man, because it is Caitlin the great one. And you make sure you recognize her as such, man. Listen here, her viewership, ticket sales, merchandise sales, no matter what she played, it's going out the roof. TV ratings going out the roof. I mean, she is making people think twice about women athletes. You know what I'm saying? She is an advocate for women athletes. I mean, it's making people want to invest more, man. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. Did you not see it in Iowa? You know, record-breaking ticket sales, record-breaking jersey sales, breaking records on the floor. I mean, what else do you want from this woman, man? This woman has given y'all her everything.
If you're following this story, make sure you're locked in, because this is getting bigger by the day. Right now, the WNBA is feeling real pressure. And honestly, it makes sense. They've spent years trying to build momentum, and then Caitlin Clark shows up and delivers the kind of numbers most leagues can only dream about. And now, she's gone. And reality is hitting fast. Without Clark on the floor, everything feels different. The energy, the attention, the crowds, it's just not the same. Even major moments like the WNBA Commissioner's Cup final had to move forward without its biggest draw. And that's like running the Super Bowl without your star quarterback. It still happens, but everyone knows something huge is missing.
Nothing about it being a game-time decision these last couple games and being able to rule her out today. Is there any extra kind of concern about just, that little change in?
I don't know if there's extra concern as more of like, hey, let's just maintain perspective. She wants to play, and she's working to play, and she has been working to play. And I think after a few days, it's like, okay, we've got a little bit of time. Thinking 5 games before All-Star break, we've got a little bit of time. So let's just ease her mind, even though she's antsy, and let's do this the right way and make sure that we're ready to go.
But here's the question that's starting to divide the entire WNBA. Why does it feel like the league's biggest star isn't fully embraced by the players around her? The WNBA All-Star Game voting exposed something fans couldn't ignore. Caitlin Clark pulled in over 1.2 million fan votes and led in key categories, yet her own peers ranked her just 9th among guards. That gap, it raised a lot of eyebrows. Even Dick Vitale didn't hold back, calling it pure jealousy and pointing out the obvious. Clark's impact has gone way beyond the court, from rising salaries to sold-out arenas and surging TV numbers. And when LeBron James starts showing support and questioning how she's being treated, you know the conversation has gone mainstream. Now the spotlight isn't just on her performance. It's on the league itself and how it handles the player who changed everything.
Gotta show this lady some respect, because can you imagine being the face of the league, the mental health that comes with that? And she still got that demeanor about herself, like nothing really phases her. Like, come on, man, she human. She gonna make mistakes. She gonna have bad games. But don't you see, no matter what she going through, she get up and go hard in the paint. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. Ain't no Paige Buckles effect. Ain't no Angel Reese effect. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it don't matter what she play at. She is the face of the league. I mean, this right here is uncomparable. I mean, Caitlin Clark, the away games, when her away games see more viewership than some of her home games. People coming to see Caitlin. Ever since she has entered the league, man, the ticket sales, TV ratings has went up.
And this is where the story takes a serious turn. Caitlin Clark's groin injury? It doesn't feel like a one-off anymore. It feels like the result of months of wear and tear that the WNBA never fully got under control. Since returning from that quad injury, something has clearly been off. The numbers tell the story. Over her last 3 games, Clark has gone 1 for 23 from deep. Her shooting has dipped to just 27% from the field. Turnovers? Nearly 5 per game. That's not just a cold streak. That's a player struggling physically. Even that 6-point performance against Seattle Storm, where her turnovers actually outnumbered her points for the first time ever, hits different now. At the time, it looked like a slump. Now, it looks like a warning sign that nobody really paid attention to.
Caitlin Clark does not need to play another game until she's completely 100% healthy. If that means she has to miss multiple weeks, so be it, because you don't want to get into the habit of her rushing back from injuries when she's not fully healthy. And we know if one nagging injury can lead to another nagging injury. So the best thing that the Indiana Fever can do, regardless of what Caitlin Clark wants to do, you have to protect your star, your superstar, because she's going to want to get on the court. But until she's 100% healthy, she does not need to play another basketball game for the Indiana.
And then there's the part of this story that sparked the most debate. This season, Caitlin Clark has taken a heavy amount of physical contact, and not the routine kind. The kind that keeps showing up in highlight clips and post-game conversations. We've seen moments like the hit from Chindi Carter, repeated physical play involving the Chicago Sky, and other sequences where things clearly crossed from competitive into controversial. And that's where the frustration builds. Because in most of these situations, the consequences have been light. A technical here, a flagrant there, but rarely anything that truly changes behavior. Take Marina Mabrey for example. After a hard sequence that included contact following an eye poke, the punishment didn't go much beyond an upgraded flagrant. No suspension. No major fallout. So now the conversation isn't just about one player getting hit. It's about whether the WNBA is doing enough to protect its biggest stars, before moments like these turn into something worse.
Real talk, a lot of y'all records she coming from. She coming for him. At the end of the day, y'all can't stop nothing, bro. Y'all trying to beat her up and bruise her up and take her out the game and injure her, bro. We know what the motive is, dog. Like, don't nobody like that. I don't vouch for that. I don't like that. You hear me? Y'all not leading. Look, y'all need to get that out y'all heart. Cause that's some deep demonic stuff. The way y'all thinking and how y'all moving and having y'all little meetings and all of that and wanna plot against this woman and her teammates that have her back. Y'all better leave her, Sophie Cunningham.
The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about culture. When she's on the court, the WNBA feels bigger, louder, different. Fans don't just show up. They line up early, they travel, they pay whatever it takes just to be in the building. Ticket prices spike. Arenas fill. Moments feel important. Because with Clark, it's never just a game. It's an event. But when she's not there, that energy fades. And suddenly fans start asking a tough question. Why invest time and money into something that doesn't feel the same without its biggest draw? And here's the wild part. Even injured, she's still the center of everything. Clips of her signing autographs on the sideline pull more attention than full games. Fans crowd around just to watch her warm up, knowing she won't even play. She's sitting on the bench, and still the most compelling figure in the arena. That's not normal star power. That's a phenomenon. The league didn't just find a star, they found something rare. The only question now is, are they treating it like gold? Or letting it slip away like it's nothing?
Because it is the Caitlin Clark effect, baby. It is like dominoes, and her game speak for itself. She is breaking records. She broke records an hour. What more do y'all want from Caitlin, the great one? I'm telling y'all, in a couple of years, scoring title, assist record breaking assists, all that, man. Did you not see the All-Star votes? She had millions of All-Star votes. I mean, she gotta have more lovers than haters at this point. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and man, it's making people think twice about women athletes, man, and women's sports in general. No matter who the athlete is, making big investors wanting to invest into women athletes, and that could be good for women athletes. That means pay going up.
Meanwhile, the contrast across the WNBA has become impossible to ignore. Some games draw massive attention. Others struggle to generate the same energy. And that gap has become one of the most talked about storylines of the season. In moments when Caitlin Clark returns to familiar places like Iowa, the demand is on another level. Sold-out arenas, skyrocketing ticket prices, and fans traveling just to witness her presence in person. But across the league, not every game carries that same pull. And that difference is now part of a bigger conversation about what truly drives viewership and attention in women's basketball today. And now all eyes are turning toward the WNBA All-Star Game on July 19th. Clark has already been named a captain and received the most fan votes in league history, but her participation is uncertain as she continues recovering from injury. And that uncertainty changes everything. Because the event is set to take place in Indianapolis, and much of the anticipation has been built around her presence. Without her, the biggest showcase of the season risks losing the very thing that made casual fans pay attention in the first place. And that leaves the league with one uncomfortable reality. The spotlight is brighter than ever, but also more fragile than it's ever been.
Let's look at the WNBA and Caitlin Clark. Who is set to make WNBA players more money? Is it Angel Reese, the author of the Me Bound? The Me Bound that she's now going to copyright, and she's trying to get all the rights to it so she can glorify the Me Bound? Basically a made-up stat for someone who can't hit layups? No, it's not Angel Reese. Does Angel Reese help add to the legend that is Caitlin Clark? For sure. Caitlin Clark is going to print money for
The reality the WNBA is facing right now is bigger than one injury or one season. It's a question of balance, growth, and what happens when a single player becomes the center of an entire ecosystem. Caitlin Clark isn't just part of the league's current story, she's become a major driver of its visibility, attendance, and national conversation. And that kind of spotlight creates pressure on every side, the player, the teams, and the league itself. But it also exposes a harder truth leagues eventually have to confront: how to support a superstar without overloading them, how to protect talent in a physical sport, and how to sustain attention when one name carries so much of it. Because when Clark is on the floor, everything feels amplified: crowds, ratings, energy, even expectations. And when she's not, the drop is impossible to ignore. That's not just a WNBA problem. That's what happens when a league enters a new era and hasn't fully caught up to the speed of its own growth. And right now, everyone, from fans to executives, is waiting to see what the next chapter looks like.